Ladies, it's Heather here. Gonna go ahead and shoot today's video. It's about how I feel right now. I feel good, I guess. Life goes on. The past is in the past. You know, you need to live for the present day, blah, blah, blah. All that positive affirmation, mumbo jumbo and stuff like that. Had somebody write that I need to do an update on, so I'll just go ahead and put this out here, that I need to do an update on if I'm going to shave my head or not. I'm still wondering if I should or not. But I'm not as strongly as I was when I made the video talking about it, because I've been sidetracked, with other things going on, with relationship type crap going on, and then Facebook and whatever's going on with that, and whoever's trying to do whatever, and if anybody's trying to do anything, because it's not every day that you get 500 friend requests out of nowhere, so, and then, Eddie, I talked with him about some stuff, and he's like, oh, it sounds like a scam to me because dude was asking you for your ID, and he's like, don't give it to him, and I'm like, okay, I won't, and also just the behavior. There's a lot of things that both these guys have done. And granted, I'm not technically, technically, I'm not with nobody. Because if you're with somebody, then you're with them. You're fucking committed to each other. You're not afraid to, publicize it or whatever, And so basically, it's almost like instead of relationships, it's like dating, I guess. And so I guess I was kind of like dating Honest there for 2 weeks. And now I've been dating Noman. Or Noman. I want to say Noman. I'm so fucking American and Southern and everything. But, Noman for 2 weeks now. And, Noman, I don't know. I don't know if they were both trying to scam me. I don't know if they still are. I don't know what the deal is. I can't read the situation, and you're not supposed to look into the future because that'll stress you out. You're not supposed to look into the past because that'll stress you out. And you're just supposed to live in the present day. And so I'm trying to do that. And then whenever I'm trying to do that, especially with Noman, he's the one that's kind of bringing up shit. And I'm like, hi. It's like, oh, you want to talk about that? Are you sure you want to talk about that? like we can talk about that, but you ain't gonna like it probably, because you're gonna keep getting the same answers, because when I give you a fucking answer, that's the fucking answer. End of the subject. I don't sit here and play that shit, let me change my mind 50,000 fucking times, it's like, no. If I say no, then I mean no. If I say yes, I mean yes. If I say maybe, I mean maybe. But, I mean, yeah, sometimes, I do change my mind. I am human. But for the most part, when I say things, that's kind of where they stuck. I'm kind of a little stubborn asshole like that. And I'll say that because that's what people have called me before. But, so it's like, you gotta learn to take pride kind of a little bit, because if you come from my past, my life, my childhood, I couldn't be proud of anything. I couldn't be proud to be alive. I couldn't be proud of my eye color, my hair color, the color of my skin, that I was a girl, that I knew the difference between a Phillips and a flathead. I couldn't be proud of shit. And so now it's like, yeah, and you learn that everybody's perception of you is what it is. You can't fucking change it. Even though your heart and your heart argues with your mind and your soul and all this about what you want to do and and everything. But at the end of the day, you just are who you are. Everybody is who they are meant to be. But okay, so before I moved out of here, I'm living with my grandmother. Before I moved out of here, 4 years ago, in 2015, before I moved out of here, from 2014 to 15, maybe 2014 to 15. It couldn't have been 2013, I don't think. No, I take it back. Hold on. Wait. Oh, I did. Okay. Damn. Wait, she didn't get internet that time. Or did she? Fuck, I don't know. Let's see. My dad bought me a computer one year for Christmas. And that was before I met my husband, I do believe. And I remember my grandmother gave me like $20 for my birthday earlier, and I'd held on to it, I think, and I had spent it on my dad. And then I had some other money that I'd held on to that I spent. Or no, I just spent it on my dad. That's right. I didn't have money to get nobody nothing. And I got him this one thing. And he cried. Anyways. And I was like, yeah, you're my dad. I still respect that about you, even though I want to kill you. And you just can't say that you're sorry for all the bad shit that you done, and then you just keep doing bad shit. And then you prove me wrong, not wrong, but shit, right. You prove me right, because you did it again. You keep doing it. You're always doing bad shit to me. You're always treating me like dirt. But any fucking ways, and then you claim that you don't. But then again, you probably might treat me the same as you do the rest of the family, so therefore you don't see it as you treating us bad, and you just think that that's the normal way you're supposed to treat people. The fuck if I know. Anyways. All I know is I had a laptop, and my dad had bought it for me. And this was around the time that I met my friend Eddie. And that's how I met him. It was through the internet. But we had mutual friends, and then we had even more mutual friends than I even fucking knew of. Found out later on. And he's like very smart intellectually when it comes to computers and all kinds of crap like that. Like he's just a technological type guy, but I don't know how advanced he is really in it, but I know he's more advanced than me. And so that's how we became friends, kinda. We'd met on a dating app, and we just messaged each other, and I just told him flat out, I was like, I'm not interested in you, and he's like, that's cool, we can just be friends. And so we've talked on and off over the years. I actually had him blocked there for 3 damn years or some shit or whatever, because I just, but I'd still write him and call him occasionally, because I've had trust issues my whole damn life. So, anyways, I had this laptop, and I only had internet access. My grandmother paid for internet access, I think, for about a year when I was here with her. And this must have been the first time that I lived with her, because I recall having the computer when I was with my husband, and we never had internet access. And then he supposedly got his laptop stolen, needed my laptop, and then he left me. And then when he left me, that's when my mom had to go and meet him for him to give back my fucking computer. And then when he gave it back, basically all the photos that I had from our 2 years of marriage, the majority of them was wiped out. because he'd got viruses on it and he had tried to have them removed, and instead of them just removing that, it took all the photos, the family photos, my daughter's photos, just a lot of our photos. There's this one video, like, I don't even know if I have it anymore or not. Like, I cried my eyes out when I found out that, like, okay, I've else lost it, or I can't find it, or it's going to take forever to find it. But it was this one video when we first moved into our apartment. My daughter was super happy, super excited. She thought she was going to have a dad. She thought she's going to have somebody be there and stay there, and be a father figure to her, instead of some little punk ass bitch that's going to get fucking mad, and be like, why are you spending money on her instead of me, and somebody that's going to fucking fight with her, and argue with her and be like, she hurt my feelings, like a big brother and little sister scenario. But anyways, that was my mistake marrying him. But anyways, I did, and we thought things were good. We got fooled, we got tricked, we got the wool pulled over our eyes. And my daughter was so happy when we moved into our own place with my husband. And we'd been there about a week or two, and he hadn't even been home yet because he was an over-the-road truck driver. And I took a video, and it was a video of her sitting on the bed, and she was singing. And she didn't know that I was listening to her because I was in the kitchen cooking, and I just wanted to go check on her because she's so quiet. And she had her door shut, but it was like cracked. And she's sitting on her bed and she's just singing, and it was so fucking adorable. Oh, God, it was so fucking adorable. So cute. My little girl. But, so anyways, God, I have to be grateful for the good memories that I do have. What is it? The bigger the river, the bigger the drought. You have all these good memories and you have all these bad memories. Everything's got to weigh itself out, right? Balance. Holy shit. But anyways, yeah. So I had this laptop. And the same shit basically happened to me then that's happening to me now, which is I talked to these people. I don't even know on what. Probably a dating website. I don't know. And all of a sudden I got flooded with a bunch of, friend requests and everything. And I kind of lost my shit and was like, everybody fuck off, and like I was so mad and everything. And I was like, where the fuck did y'all come from? Where the fuck did you get my name from? What the fuck is the fucking deal? And all this other shit. And so right now I'm sitting here and like I talked in a previous video about how I was like, honest, I think we spoke before. And he didn't confirm it or deny it. And I like cried about it because like he was nice to me when he spoke to me in the past. If he did, because I'm sitting here like I'm on like some holy shit, is this legit or is this some, because I seen, who was it? I seen Bryant Chambers that was like, man, me and my wife, he's like, man, she'll come and she'll say that she said this or whatever, and we talked about this, and he's like, and she didn't, and I know she has to be on some fifth dimension shit, or whatever. He didn't say that, but, I know she has to be on like some fifth dimension stuff, because, and maybe on another place and another time and another, and everything. But honest, whenever I confronted him and I was like, dude, I think we've talked before and I made fun of your name because I thought you were talking to me because of my kid's dad. I thought you were trying to harass me because of my kid's dad, to stir up some shit. Now, he might have been trying to harass me for other reasons. He might be trying to harass me right now for other reasons. I don't think he is, though. But, you never know. You can't guarantee and everything. But, I plainly remember it, in all honesty. I remember sitting on the bed, which was facing the other way. I remember the laptop in my lap. I remember my daughter sitting with me. And I remember, like, because she was, like, I mean, she was my buddy, you know, to a degree. I mean, yeah, she's my kid, too. But I remember being like, look at this. Who's this? You know, and what kind of name is that? You know, and like, and I was like, is that one of your dad's friends? I said, you know how your dad is? And she's like, yeah, Mom. And like, she knew even herself that he does drive-bys, is what we call it, where he'll drive by. He'll never see her. He never stops and sees her all these years of her life going by. He would never stop and see her, but he would drive by. He would drive by and he would creep on by. And one time I about ran out in front of the fucking car just for him to have to slam on his damn brakes. But I wasn't quick enough because he sped up when he seen that I was fixing to try to get in front of the fucking car to make him have to stop. Because it's annoying. It's annoying as hell that he'll drive by, you know, on occasion, you know. It might only be once or twice a damn year, but still, you know. And he does that, and he don't even stop to see his kid. Like, you're insane. Like, the meth has really done some damage to your brain, buddy, you know? But anyways, I don't know. People amaze me. But, so anyways, Honest neither confirmed or denied that he'd spoke to me before, and I think that we have. And then I'm sitting here and I keep looking, you know, at photos of Noman, and I'm like, I think I seen him before too. So then I go and look, and he has a YouTube that he made a video of one of his nephews, and I'm like, I've watched this video before. And the video was from 5 years ago, so that would have been when I was living here this last time, when I had internet access, I do believe, for a year with my laptop working before I moved out. But I can't guarantee it, and I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know if this is actual, if this is past, if this really has happened, or if this is like some dreams coming from heaven, from angels or whatever, you know, to show me what the fuck I'm supposed to be on right now. And that's even like my bed right now. Like, deja vu and stuff like that. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, it scares me. I don't want to know, because if it's not something that is considered normal, then I don't want it to be part of me, you know? Like, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus, you know? Like, get away. But if it's something normal, then I'm fine with it. But then it begs to differ, what's the fucking definition of goddamn normal, you know? Like, you know, and you read the Bible, and then you're like, yeah, all these people weren't normal, you know, and you're like, damn, you know, and so anyways, that's even like my bed. I put my bed together, and about a week or two after I put it together, I don't know if I was speaking with her or if I went to hang out with her, but anyways, or whatever, but I said it to Jennifer. I was like, yeah, apparently something knew I was going to be back here. I said, because I walked in to my room the other day, and I mean, yeah, I've walked into my room for a few days with my bed set up the way that it is and made up, you know, and all that and everything. And so, yes, I've seen it before, but it wasn't that. It wasn't like, oh, I seen this bed, you know, 3 years, you know, I mean, 3 days ago, you know. Of course I seen it 3 days ago. It looks the same, except for the sheets might look a little different because, of course, I slept in the bed. But I walked in one day, and it was like deja vu hit me, and it was like, yes, you know, it's almost like a, yeah, this was supposed to happen. It was just like a confirmation of, holy shit, you know, and like, oh my God, I was supposed to be back here. Oh my God, my bed was supposed to be set up like that. Oh my God, why the hell is this happening to me? Oh my God. Like, I was like freaking the fuck out. And I was like, now am I sure that, because I literally only had my bed up for maybe a week or whatever or two. And I was like, okay, wait. You know, like trying to pick apart my memory and be like, is it just a memory that I've had over the past week or two? You know, and it's just hitting me like in this weird ass way But instead it was hitting me more like it was a dream that I had like 3 fucking years ago. And I was like, and it has to be of this now, to a degree, because this bed has never been facing like it is now. It's never been in the room like this. This headboard has never been in this fucking room. The couch being in here. I mean, just everything. And I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm following my life path. And I'm like, can my life path really not be any better than this? And I'm like, but whatever. But I'm like, that's just weird. That's just weird. It's just creepy, and I don't know what to do with it. And so I'm basically the same thing right now, but I'm trying to understand if it really is the same situation, that it's nothing that's ever happened before, or if I have spoke to these boys or men, whatever you want to call them, if I've spoken to Honest and Nomon before. And so I'm just like, help me, and it's like, help me remember, guys. And like, I'm asking them, and like, I confronted Honest, and I was like, hey, dude, I think a few years ago we spoke once before, and I made fun of your name, and I want to apologize. I was like, but do you recall if that ever happened? And he's like, no, I don't know. And he's like, don't worry about it. And then knowing him, he probably couldn't remember if he wanted to because of the habit he has. and so I was just like, great, And so now I'm like left with Nomon, trying to figure it out and everything, trying to figure out if I've spoke to him before, and I feel like I have. I feel like the video of his nephew that was put up 5 years ago, I feel like I've seen it before. I feel like I spoke with Nomon before. I feel like it's all shit that I've done before. And I'm like, holy shit, and I'm like, can I figure this out? It's like I gotta figure out what it means. What does it mean? Does it mean that it happened before? And then if it did, and I'm revisiting the same situation, then that means that maybe I didn't learn the lesson I was supposed to learn from it. So then what am I supposed to be learning from it? And it's just exhausting. Like, my mind is just like, pew, 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 and I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this shit because nobody's helping me. And it's always been like that, kinda, to a degree, for most things. And I'm like, God, can somebody just help me? Can somebody just, look at me, and remember things, for crying out loud? If I could, I would love to know somebody that can just remember things. That can remember shit that happened 3 years ago and 5 years ago, that are about me, I guess. I don't know how else to word it. Because of course it's going to be about me. I don't know. I don't know. I feel so bad kind of saying that, or selfish or something. But it's like, can you just remember something about me, and not something hateful? There we go, I guess. Can you remember something good about me? Like, does anybody remember anything good about me? Like a good conversation that we had. Or my kid even, does she remember the good times that we've had together? Or does she just see all this negative shit? Does she see any good memories when she looks back and thinks of me? I would hope so. I would hope my fucking nieces do. I would hope my sister even has good memories of me. And the thing is I almost feel like they don't, though. I feel like nobody has a good memory of me whatsoever. And every memory that anybody does have of me has been, drilled into their head by, trying to, like, okay, say somebody comes around you and they're always nice to you, they're always respectful to you, which I'm not saying that I've been that way with people, but let's just say. And instead of you taking that as a good thing, instead you take it as a bad thing. You're like, oh, they're a little know-it-all, they're a little smart-ass, they're a little smug, shithead, look at them always happy all the time. Look at them always trying to make me laugh all the time, trying to make me feel good all the time. Look at them, boy, they think they did. And so these people, while they're doing that, they're tearing apart the good memories. And then all they remember of you is the bad. The one bad thing that you did. The one bad thing that you done wrong, or the 10 bad things that you done wrong. They don't remember the 100 good things that you did right, or what the fuck ever. And you're just like, damn, son of a bitch. Can you not just remember both? Is it really that hard for you to remember both? Or at least keep it an equal fucking amount, or something. But, it's like, just try to keep it an equal amount. For each bad memory you have of me, have one good memory about me at least. But, so I don't know. I don't know if anybody has any good memories about me. Oh my God, that is so sad and depressing, and no wonder I'm fucked up. But like, I think I'm almost certain I've done good shit for people. Whether they want to remember it or not. I mean, so Jesus, that's like that makes me exhausted feeling just thinking about that. Because I've done so much. I've been there for so many people. I've helped out so much. I've been so nice. I've been so kind. I seen this thing today or whatever, this post today, and it was like, what was it? Are you really being nice to people? Or are you just being nice to people so, what was it? So they'll remember, I don't know if it was so they'll remember you, or it wasn't that. It was something along that line, though. But anyways, it was basically saying that, because it's on this group that I just joined, that I'm proud that I got accepted into it. But anyways, and it's not like a group that nobody can join or whatever, but still, like just to be accepted, that's nice. But anyways, it was like something along the lines of, basically, why are you being nice? Are you being nice because that's what's expected of you and you're just like, or are you being nice because you genuinely, want to be nice? And then it also said something dealing with like the reflective side of it, of like back towards you, and like the reason you're nice is, anyways, you end up being overly nice to people because you've learned to neglect yourself. And whenever I seen that, I was like, ouch. I was like, oh God, that hurts. That hurts so bad. Like, I have went without my whole fucking life, like, anything I want, I don't get, basically. I don't know what it's like to get what I want, or if I do, it is very, very, very fucking rare. It's just the way it is. It's the way it's always been. And then it's like, okay, it doesn't need to be that way. You need to stop neglecting yourself, and okay. And every time I've ever tried to in the past before, then that's when I would get attacked even harder, if you will, like verbal insults and shit like that. And that's even like when I went to fucking church, and my dad, he's like, here you come all high and mighty, boy, you really think you're something, don't you? Look at you going to fucking church, and you think that you're better than us. And I was just like, damn, what the fuck does me having to go to church have anything to do with you? I'm awake the same goddamn hours if I'm sitting at home, So I'm not waking up and waking you up in your damn house. You're done awake way before the time I go to fucking church. What the fuck does it matter to you? And I don't even come in talking to you about church. I don't even come in to the house and like, hey, let me tell you what I learned at church today. Like, no. I just left and came back. Didn't say a fucking word to you. My family is I don't know. Oh my God, did I get completely sidetracked from that? I kind of did. Oh my God. I'm so scatterbrained about shaving my head. I come within a hair of doing it last night, or this morning actually, probably about like 1, 2 a.m. I was like, I even went and grabbed the scissors. And I was like debating on making a video about it or not. But I decided not to. I decided to resist the urge or the temptation, if you will, you know. And that oh my God, that reminds me of somebody that got on here and wrote a comment whenever I was like, I'm pansexual. And they was like, oh, you pansexual, next thing you know, you gonna be a pedophile. And I was like, shut the fuck up. You know, like in the back of my head, I was like, bitch, you know. And that's the thing, is it's like, I get what they're saying, you know, they're like, oh, you gonna, you know, do something wrong. It says in the Bible that's wrong. You gonna do something wrong, so that's gonna make you want to do everything that's wrong. Do you hear yourself, motherfucker? Have you ever ate too much food? That right there is a sin. That right there is gluttony, okay? So cause you did that, now you gonna kill somebody, right? Like, do you fucking hear yourself? Like, stop being a hypocrite. Like, I can't, you know? I get what they're saying, and that's the reason, like, I got so mad whenever I fell in love with this girl, EJ, over, like, a year and a half ago, you know, and shit. Because I was like, you make me happy. And I was like, and I think I make you happy. And I was like, and I think we can make each other happy. You know, just me and you. Just us. Just the two of us. You know, like, just us. You know. Of course, my kid, you know. And of course, children, you know. And I was like, we can have kids or not have kids, because I done had a kid. You know, and you say you don't want kids. You say that, but I don't know if you're saying that just because you're scared. Because you're scared of being in love with somebody. Because you're scared. Or if you legitimately mean it. You know, like, because you don't act like what you say you feel, you know. And I'm like, and I want you to, you know, I want you to act how you feel, you know. Like, we gotta fix that in you. But, but it's like I could have done good with that, you know, or I felt like I could have, you know, and maybe I couldn't have, you know, but I just really did, you know, like, there's balance that comes in life, you know, and everybody sins, and a sin is when you give in to temptation, and for Christians to sit there and get on some highly holier than thou bullshit righteousness, you know, self-absorbed act of what the fuck ever, you know, and be like, oh, sinner, you cannot do that. You do temptation. You do more. You know, like, it's like, no. It's like, nah. Slow down, son. Slow the fuck down, you know? Because I get what they're thinking. They're thinking that you're going to run around and complete and utter sin because you took one, you know, bite of sin, if you will. Okay, well, Adam and Eve taking a bite of the fucking apple. That was temptation, son of a bitch. Like, they gave into it. And, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah and all that and everything that went on, you know, and the idolization, you know, and the fucking statue, the gold statue, and just all that shit, and the worshiping, and, you know, God came down on... God is going to hold people accountable. Does that not state in the fucking Bible? You know, it's God's job to do that, not yours. Like, I mean, that's like I've said before in my previous videos. I'm like, well, if I go to hell when I die, I go to hell. Don't want to go to hell. But I'm not going to sit here and piss and whine and bitch and moan about it like some irresponsible, ignorant asshole, you know. Like, and be like, what you know, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you know, there's a part of you that's going to cry and be upset when something doesn't go the way that you want it to, or what the fuck ever, but at the end of the day, your own thing, you make your own choices, We all got free will, and that's even like right now, like dealing within do I know what the fuck I'm saying? I don't know. In today's news, Heather don't know what the fuck she's saying. But any fucking ways, oh my god. And even me talking like this, I'm like, what was it I read up? And it's like, people that act like me, supposedly, that have these horrible, mental disorders, like I supposedly do and shit, or what the fuck ever. Is it a shaman? You're a shaman. In certain tribes, you're viewed as somebody that is taking in, different things, and so therefore in taking in like all this different energy and shit that you're picking up on, which makes you come across as really fucking insane and not knowing what the fuck you're doing or what the fuck you're talking about or what the fuck anything. You are viewed as actually like a good person because they're like, hey, what's the message? They listen to you, I'm not saying they listen to you blindly and follow you and worship you, even though they might slightly, since you're considered that. But I'm not saying that they bow down to you, or some shit like that, But it's like you're a sage, It's like you're somebody that they come to for wisdom, Supposedly. And then I'm like, okay, apparently we don't get that over here in the USA. Like, that don't happen. Like, instead I'm looked at like I'm a complete fucking moron, And instead I'm like, hey, just like I talked in yesterday's video, I think it was, or the day before, it's like, there's a lip to the bottom of an air conditioning unit that goes in a window. And in the lip is where the window sill is supposed to fit into to hold the air conditioning unit up. And I have had many, arguments, I feel like, because we would argue for the whole hour and a half. We'd be putting the goddamn thing in the fucking window. Hour and a half. It don't take an hour and a half to do that. But anyways, it does with my family. Why was I born here? But anyways, I'm just so mad about so much. But anyways, so you try to tell them that that's what it's there for, and they'll even argue with you and say, no, it's not. And then when they even slightly start to see that, yeah, it is, that's what it's there for, then they'll say, well, that's not wide enough. Usually, it's pretty wide enough. Or they'll say something like, well, that ain't going to support that. That don't have enough strength in it, to support it the way that it's supposed to. And it's going to break the window or some shit like that. And I'm just like, people figured that out a long ass time ago. And that is the reason that we have them the way we have them now, and then they come with the instructions that we have now, and then the instructions say this, and blah 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 blah, and beep 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 beep, is because trial and error, and people tried, and error, and they fixed until they got it to this great wonderful thing that it is today, that all you have to do is read the fucking directions. And so maybe that's the reason that even dealing with Eddie, like this kind of just hit me myself right now. It's like epiphany. For as far as like my phone and my computer and shit like that, I'm like, I don't even care to read and to know and to everything, and and even about school and shit. What? Because I'm like, I'm still trying to pull my family up here where I'm at, on the trademark, common sense level of fucking things, like. You bring a damn washing machine into their fucking house, basically, and it's like, oh god, we gotta figure out how to hook it up, and granted, I've never hooked one up, but it's like, that's just an example, but the real example, the truthful one that has happened is the AC. Other household things, fucking microwaves, fucking stove tops, you know, basic furniture to put together, you know, like just all this stuff. And I'm like, you know, y'all are constantly talking about how smart you are and how superior you are and how dumb and stupid you think that I am, yet you can't put a goddamn air conditioning unit in the fucking window right. Like, oh yeah, you're a genius. You know, like, I mean, I'm not trying to be a smartass, but fuck. You know, like, fuck, man. You know? And so I would be completely and totally fucking insane. Like, people think I'm insane now. I guarantee you, if I would have went to college, I guarantee you, if I would have went to fucking college, I guarantee you, if I would have read all the directions of how to properly take care of my phone, you know, and all this, and all the little shit and ass things, and even dealing with, you know, my computer, or with any high advanced any fucking thing that I've not, you know, just been like, fuck it, I'll just wing it and hope it works. But if I would have read into that shit and still been living here with my family like I am, you get what I'm saying? Like, I would be so frustrated. I would be so frustrated. Because that's like even when I was going to school and when I was learning about computers in 6th and 7th and 8th grade, and I was trying to tell them what they needed to do to fix their computer or to stop doing certain things because they were infecting the computer, and if they didn't want the infections, that they should else stop, or they should pay for higher, like, fucking, ugh, like, dude. A family is only as strong as its weakest link. I don't know. Like, insanity. Like, but like, if I would have learned that shit and been living here, oh my God. Like, I would be in prison for murdering somebody, or at least cutting their tongue out in their sleep or some shit, because I'm talking to rocks, basically. Like, I use that example. I don't know if she watches my videos. I don't know if it was just coincidental. But she's like, would you talk to a boulder in her post? And I was just like, else we're on the same wavelength, or she watched my video. But I'm talking to rocks. You know, like, to a degree, you know? And they feel the same way about me. I know that they do. I get that they do, but I'm like, you're not, though. You're not. I promise you're not. You just have to have faith in me. But they don't have faith in me. They've never had faith in me. They can't put hope or belief or whatever into me. Yet with them, I have all the faith and the hope in the world and the belief. But they don't care. They just don't care. They don't care at all. Like, they don't give a shit. Like, they do not fucking give a shit at all. And then they wonder why I supposedly don't care. Like, oh my God, they don't care. There's so much shit that they don't care about. It's like my grandmother sitting in there smoking. She knows it's gonna kill her. She knows it's gonna kill us. She knows it's not healthy for nobody. She don't give a shit. And then that's, I can't say too much. That's like me drinking sweet tea. And I mean, it's sugar bucket sweet, you know. You know? Like, you can only go so far in what your environment is. And that's like even like Jennifer talking to me about, what was it? Was it Hindu religion? Or I don't know. But anyways, one of them. You're born into a certain type of lifestyle, and that's just where the fuck you're gonna be forever. So I'm gonna be poor forever. So if that's the case, then in all honesty, when I was with my kid's dad, then I was right where I needed to be, you know. But he started doing drugs again or some shit or whatever, because I firmly believe he wasn't on them when we were first together, or if he was just smoking pot. But the second year we was together, like, or a few months, like, I don't know. I just can't. I'm doing the best I can with everything I am. Don't you know that nobody's perfect? Do you understand how hard I'm trying for you? The best I can. But anyways, I don't know. I'm in a really good mood, and like I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from. If that's coming from me, if that's coming from a situation, if that's coming from, like, I don't know, and all this, and like just happiness and blah blah blah. And then also, I know that my birthday will be next month, and so it's like, I do believe in zodiac signs, and so it's like, oh, your zodiac sign, when your birthday comes, that's supposed to be the best time of the year for you, to a degree, kinda, sorta. Not saying it's perfect, not saying that you can't have bad stuff happen, but even if you have bad stuff happen around your birthday or on your birthday, it usually, kinda is okay, But, because I've had bad shit happen on my birthday. But anyways, but it doesn't, it's like your feelings, your emotions or something. But then maybe that's the mind. I don't know. Maybe because your mind controls your outward look and your perception and the way you process things. And I don't know. It's like I think too much sometimes on certain things that I probably shouldn't or whatever. I don't know. I try not to. I try to not overstress and stuff like that, but I do. Well, I got things to do. But I don't know what the deal is like with Anis and Noman, and Noman reminds me of my ex-husband in some ways, which is scaring me. And I don't know what life is trying to teach me about that, other than to run. Like, I'm like, run. It's like those memes, run, and they just take off, But, but I'm trying to not give into the temptation of that. And I'm trying to not give into the temptation of looking at things negatively, and with a bad attitude, or whatever. And I'm trying to stay positive and all this. And I'm trying to just let the days come and go and people say whatever they say and do whatever they gotta do. And then take into account the way that it makes me feel or how it makes me react and, and all that. And it's just, I'm working on myself. Like, I'm working on myself. And everybody else needs to be doing that too, though. Like, legit. And there's so many people that do not do that. They're too busy with their nose up other people's asses, trying to figure out what's going on and stuff like that. Like, so that's the best piece of advice I could ever give anybody, is to work on your damn self, And in all honesty, I used to give that advice to my daughter quite often, be like, well, figure it out yourself, Like, I'm not trying to be rude to you, baby, but I believe in you. I know you know how to do this or how to solve this or whatever. Or I know you know all your options, that I can give you, that I could even help you to have. I'm like, and you might even have your own solutions yourself. And sure enough, she would, and I was like, damn, you're a smart fucking kid. I was like, I love you, like I'd have like 3 options and I'd be like, okay, you can help this, that, or that. And she'd be like, I don't know, and then I'd be like, well, I don't know what to tell you, and then I'd be like, well, you can else go with those, or you can come up with your own if you can think of something else. And then she'd be like, well, we could do this and that, and then that and this. And she even did that with me a few times, like whenever I was like, God, she's like, what? And I'm like, I gotta go here, I got to do this. I got to get that done. I got to be here at this time. I got to have this done by that time. And then I'm like, and then I got to do this. And she'd be like, Mom, when she got older, she's like, Mom, why don't you just do this first and then do that and then go here and then we can do that. And I'm like, yeah, why didn't I think of that before? And I'm like, you're so smart, And then I'd be like, and that's great. And then I would have ideas, and like, oh God, it was so fucking wonderful, because I would be stuck. I'd say it to her, then she'd have a solution. And then from her solution would come more add-ons from me, because I'm like, oh, that works out perfect. And if we do that, then guess what? We can do this and that extra. And we can have fun, and we can, we can eat out tonight, or we can do this, and I'm like, you're so smart, and I'm like, God, I love you, and I'm like, I miss those days. God, I do. I miss my kids so much. But it's nice when you let people actually be themselves, and you don't try to control them. Oh, I miss her so much. Even though that's like a control thing, because I just want to squeeze her and hug her and kiss her. But, she's like, Mom, I can't help it. I love my kid. But, a little bit too much, maybe. But, anyways, she's my baby. But, I gotta end this video here, because it's coming up on an hour long, and I didn't want to get into shooting hour-long videos, but I have again, and so I don't know. I never know. I just make my videos and go with whatever comes out of my mouth. And even if I try to think about things and be like, I'm going to organize things, and I'm going to say them appropriately, and I'm going to do this the right way, and it just doesn't, I'm just me. I'm just me, But this is all for my benefit anyways. I mean, if other people follow along on my ride, or whatever, to me doing this and stuff, that's cool. It's cool. It's fine by me. I got 21 subscribers right now. Like, that's awesome. Like, it really is. Like, so, But anyways, everybody needs to, be working on yourself. Be working on your own mind, Like, go in there and clean out the fucking cobwebs, buy some new spark plugs, basically. Get in there and rewire it, and everything. And that's what I'm trying to do, And it's hard to do. It's hard. And that's like, again, this same lady. She was like, it's like standing on a railroad track, seeing the train coming, and you're gonna stand there and try to stop the train. That's what it's like. It's very fucking difficult. Oh my Jesus, is it, And then if you're doing it alone, it's even more difficult if you don't have any support. And so I'm trying to reach out and find support. And that's one reason that I started doing these originally, was to find support. And even though I have to a degree, I didn't find what I thought I would, as quickly. And so everything's been taking its process and its time and stuff like that. And so I found support groups that I'm on Facebook with, and that's helping me a lot, especially concluding I can't pay for anything. Can't pay for any classes. I can't pay for any counseling. I can't pay for anything. And even when I was working, I couldn't pay, because all I could pay then was my rent and my power and my groceries. So, what's a broke girl gonna do? But, so yeah, I just hope everybody's doing good. Work on yourself, work on your thoughts, work on your mental work, your mental frame, like, of mind, mental mindset, like, your psychological problems, if you have any, like, turn inward, if you can, And see, I think that's another thing, too, because I had my kids so young, and it's like, because I gave in to, temptation, if you will, and all that. But around that time, and even when I was pregnant with her before she came, and even the first year of her life when she was so little, I mean, it's kind of like easy stuff to a degree to take care of a baby, I mean, it's not, but it kind of is if you've been around kids a lot before, which I had. But I didn't have the time that teenagers have. Not all teenagers have it. A lot of teenagers do grow up early and stuff like that, but I didn't have that. I didn't have that luxury. And that's even like my sister. She had the luxury of having a boyfriend for many years, which granted, she don't know what it's like if she would have not had the boyfriend, and all that. But she had a vehicle, she could get in her car and sit and think about things. She could go for a ride down the road and not having to listen to other people's voices and opinions and stuff like that. Where me, I have to, And even now, I can't leave the fucking room. If I leave the room, if I go in there, that woman starts talking and she will not shut up. She won't shut up. It doesn't matter if I'm holding my phone like to my face, looking at stuff. It doesn't matter if she knows that I've put in a movie to watch or cut on the TV. She will start talking about something and she will not shut up. And this is not Alzheimer's, and this is not just, oh, she's old. No, she's been doing this shit since the day I was born. It's annoying as fuck. And so I have to hide back here, basically. And so this is where my dad also probably got his habit of hiding in his room, is because he never had any alone time, because the way that she talks, it's like somebody on somebody that has ADHD to the fucking I don't know what, and it's just out of their mouth. It's almost like, imagine my videos, but put them back to back to back to back to back. Like, it's insane. And, like, even me, like, I'll sit here and I'll shoot my video, and then I'll walk around the rest of the day, and I hardly say anything to anybody, or to her, or even when I was at home, I didn't have, in my apartment, I didn't have nobody to talk to, or whatever. And so, I mean, other than being like, who's a good girl to the dog on occasion or something like that, like, I wasn't talking to nobody. And I was just watching TV and in silence, and I'm like, I really like this peace, this serenity, But I can't have it with my family members. Like, they're incapable of it. They're incapable of it, Like, I don't know. And my kid was starting to get incapable of it because she was being babysat so much by my parents. And I was like, yo, kid of mine, what happened to you to be able to sit down and watch a movie all the way through without saying a word? Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but you're changing, and I don't know necessarily if it's for the better or the worse, because you're talking about the same shit you talked about yesterday. You're bringing yesterday's problem into today. You're bringing, last week's problem into today. And while I get that if it's unresolved, but if it's resolved, or even if it's a resolve of, I can't help you with your problem, so you're going to have to figure it out yourself. Like, that needs to be something that a lot of people need to learn how to accept. And a lot of people would look at me with a bunch of hypocrisy and be like, well, you need to understand that. You need to help yourself out of everything that you're in. Concluding I didn't have the upbringing that every child needs, I do need help. I fucking hate it. But I know I need help. I've known I needed help all this time, and nobody's helped me all this time. Like, Jen barely scraped the bucket, kind of helping me, but I'm still grateful. Oh my God, am I grateful. I got my damn driver's license. Even though I'm not, I'm still working on my driving skills, but anyways. And that's like when I went to go pump gas one day. Oh my God. I haven't pumped gas in a fucking car in years. I didn't know how to turn the nozzle on, that you had to flip the thing up. But anyways. And this black guy seen me, and he didn't even stop and say anything to me. And then when I realized, I felt so embarrassed, and I was like, he could have at least said something. And I was like, well, it might have embarrassed me more, so it's okay. But, anyways. Life. I don't know. I just hope it keeps getting better for everybody. I really do. I legitimately, want that for everybody. But I'm going to end it here. I hope everybody's doing good. Keep putting your best foot forward. Take care of yourself. Think of yourself. Know that you're worth it. Know that you are a good person. You need somebody to talk to, you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger, even though I don't write like 3 messages in a row, please, because I got so many people on there right now. Probably got like 65 messages. It's insane. But other than that, I hope you're doing good. Talk to you later. Bye.